very much. And first of all, I'd like to thank you for inviting me and my wife here today. It's been a great honour for us to come all the way to Australia to judge your show, and I first must really commend you on the way you put on your show. We were really impressed yesterday, and I'm sure we'll be nothing but impressed for the rest of this trip. Well, I'm leading off with this junior class here today. Nice handicap, winning the class. I admire this scarf really for its cleanness, its dairiness, its openness of rib, its chest width, the strength it had compared with the dairy style it also attained. She had that advantage really of that little bit more cleanness through the head, through the neck, through the chest, but this big, powerful, nicely balanced calf I had in second. Calf in second was really powerful, well balanced, and she clearly had the advantage of the chest width and that quality of bone above this big, powerful heifer we had in third position. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're leading off now, I think, with what I call a really complete heifer. She's a great heifer. I love the head and neck and how that carried on into her body, and what a top she'd got. Really strong top, good legs and feet, plenty of chest width, and quite a handy winner in this class here today. She had that advantage with that extra style for the head, through the neck, through the shoulders, a little bit of extra height and shine, and the way in which she obviously handled herself better than my heifer in second position put her a clear winner here today. Take nothing away from my second place, have a really sound, really strong heifer with a fair bit of style and dairy character mixed in too. But she had the advantage of my third place heifer by that bit more strength, that bit more length, and above all else, she was a wider heifer throughout. She was wide at the rump, and that gave her the advantage over this beautiful, clean, dairy heifer we have in third place. So, what a pleasure that was to judge, and it's even greater pleasure when you get a winner like this with great balance and openness of rib, and it's got really all we're looking for in breed character in a Holstein calf here today, because when you look at the Holstein calf, you want to see it's going to grow into a great cow, and this one can't be much else. So she's clearly my best balanced heifer, the open-ribbed heifer of the class here today, the most complete heifer we've seen here so far today. And I do admire that, and she certainly had an advantage for that reasons really. She had that little bit more style, a little bit more dariness for her head and neck, but above all else, she had the clear advantage of the openness and the spring and the depth of rib that give her this large powerhouse that's going to turn her into a great cow. Take nothing away from my second place heifer. I admired the top on my second place heifer. I admired the star on my second place heifer. It's really that top and that width of rump that gives her the advantage above this very sweet, very stylish heifer we have in third place. She's got beautiful skin texture, and she's a real dairy machine. Thanks very much. My father always told me, if you didn't know what to do, don't stand beside the ring, because about 40 judges will tell you what you've done wrong. But believe you me, I went wrong on this winner, I would have made a big boo-boo. She's an easy winner here today. She's a real handy winner. And just look at that dairiness for her head, for her neck, for her shoulders, her openness of rib. She handles her legs well. She's got great locomotion. She's the sort of heifer I'd like to see. She's clearly got the nice extra dairiness, that extra openness of rib and depth of rib above this very long, stretchy head with a hard top I had in second place. Heifer in second place has got this excellent head and neck carriage and beautiful bone quality, and that gives her the advantage, and that extra strength gives her the advantage above this very sweet heifer I had in third place. Well, ladies and gentlemen, when you're 57 years old, you can make some really great decisions, and putting the youngest animal first is something perhaps a young man wouldn't do, but I mean, when the best animal in the class is the youngest one, it's a real lovely feeling when you do that. And I think if anybody looks at this heifer and watches the cut of this heifer, watches the style of this heifer, the way in which her head and neck blend into her body, openness of rib, her balance is terrific, and she's my winner here today. I gave her the advantage really, that cleanness in the rump area, and that little bit more dairiness through the rib, the depth of rib above this powerhouse heifer I have in second place. A heifer in second place, wow, she is powerful. And she handed out my third place one, really in the way in which she handled her rear legs, and a little bit more correct rump structure than my third place heifer. I'm leading this class out of heifer, but it's very close to 90 years old, and I do admire her. I think she's got the second to none head and neck for dariness in the class. She's certainly got an openness of rib, and she's got dairy quality throughout her body. And I mean, a heifer like this, she's taking very few risks with it. She's nearly on the job, and she looks like she's going to do a great job too. I gave it the advantage really through that cleanness, through the head, through the neck, through the brisket, about this big powerful heifer I have in second place. She's got a little bit more openness of rib as an advantage over this big powerful heifer, and just that quality through the skin above this big powerful heifer. Second place heifer, a very sound heifer indeed, sound from nose to tail in fact. And she's got the advantage in the bone quality in the back leg, and the openness of rib, and the general dairiness throughout this heifer I have, and better locomotion than heifer in third place. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there's the climax of the junior show here today, and I'm really pleased with what I've got left in the ring here now. It's they're the sort of animals I would like to see on my own farm. They're the sort of animals that I think are going to go on and make you great cows. And they're pretty close. They're pretty close indeed. And I think that however you do in this class here now, you'll be well satisfied because you'll be the best animals in the junior show. I like the cows that are youthful. I like them with style, and I like them looking that they're going to go on a long while. I always think a young animal should look young, and these four certainly do look young. And with no further ado, I'm going to knock out my champion, my reserve, and my honourable mention. Thank you very much. It's nice after a lunch break to have a class of heifers that you really enjoy judging. And if I ignored anybody while I'm in the ring, I'm pleased to apologise, because I got so into these heifers. I found them so easy to judge because they were so lovely. And even the final place heifer is a great heifer, and that's a tribute to your breeders. But I'm leading off now with this heifer now. She's got such a dairy frame, it's to die for, isn't it? I mean, her head, neck and shoulders are absolutely fantastic. But her best attribute to me is that beautiful, open, wide rib. If anybody has any doubt about the width of this heifer, just stand behind her. She's tremendous width. But the top of it all up is that fantastic udder. There's one thing I like in a dairy cow, is rear back. Rear back means it's going to give a lot of milk. She's a handy winner here today. She has the advantage really with the quality of her bone, the quality through the udder, really, the main age in the udder, the quality of the udder. Above this very strong, lovely heifer I had in second position. She had a little bit better placement of the rump, and my heifer in second position, but all in all, 2 great heifers to lead the class off. My second place heifer just had that little bit extra length, that little bit more style, and this lovely heifer with great venation in her udder I have in third position. I mean, she's a lovely heifer as well, but she just is a little bit slightly out of the one in front of her. Thank you very much. Well, ladies and gentlemen, have you ever seen an animal with a welded on udder? Because this one is. I watched her when she came in the ring and her udder didn't move a centimetre. It didn't move a centimetre all the time she was on the parade, all the time I worked on her, and that's an udder that's going to last. If you want a model of a nice senior 2-year-old, get it made out of this heifer, because she's got the lot, she's got that power and strength that we need, that the breed has probably lacked over the last few years. She's got the welded on mammary, she's got a top line, you could lay a spirit level on it, and that to me is a great 2-year-old. She's got the advantage of that extra strength, that extra snugness of the fore udder above my very, very dairy animal I got in second place. She's got a bit squarer rump, and all in all, she's just got a clear advantage of this beautiful little dairy cow we have in second place. 2 over 3, very similar type of heifers. But I give the advantage to 2 with the snugness of a fore udder, a little bit of extra venation under the cow's body, and I just think that she's just a little bit more dairy, but 2 very similar heifers. Well, these classes come better and better as we stand here, don't they? And I think you must admit that's some lovely dairy cow we've had winning this class. Dairy nose to tail, I've said that probably too much today, but I just can't think of anything else. Look at that head and neck, look at that openness of rib, that strength of top. A phenomenal udder. And she carries it well. The udder doesn't move as she walks. I love to see a cow like that. Her bone quality is good, beautiful balance of a cow. Good handy winner here today. She had that advantage really, that snugness in her fore udder, that little bit more strength through her top. That little bit more height in the rear udder, believe it or not, and it's just them sort of things, and a T position can then take her above this beautiful clean dairy cow we have in second place. She's a lovely clean dairy cow, beautiful open rib, and she has the advantage in the way in which she tracks, the way in which she handles her legs, above this massive cow we have in third place. Intermediate show here today, and once again, I'm extremely pleased with what I've got in front of me. It's great to see fantastic cows, and it's certainly made me work to get to this position. And I've always tried to put the sort of cows forward that I want to come in my business, and if only I could afford these cows, I'd certainly have them. I'm going to nominate my champion, followed by my reserve, and then my honourable mention. So before I do that, I think you ought to give all the exhibitors a big round of applause for bringing these cows out of these cows. Such fantastic condition. And now I've got the easy job.
my turn now to explain what I've done here. And at the end of the last class, I thought, well, this shows there's a piece of cake. That's quite easy judging here. And then you present me with this. And I had to really work hard because the quality of this class from top to bottom is quite exceptional. The evenness of this class is quite exceptional. But I've led off with a cow which I think is the most complete cow in the class because I could describe her as a sweet cow when you look at that beautiful cut from her head and the neck, right through that ribs. And that udder is fantastic, isn't it? It's the sort of udder we all love looking at in the milking parlour in the morning. And I've given her the advantage over the powerhouse in second, just in the way that the fore udder blends into the body. My second place cow had a superior rear udder, but my first cow was a more complete cow, and that's why I gave the advantage of the powerful cow I had in second. The powerful cow in second had a clear advantage in the height and width of rear.
Well, it isn't always the big classes that make you work hard, but this one certainly did make me work hard as well. And I'm leading up there with a cow, which is a beautiful balanced cow yet again. And I mean, she's a great cow. And these great balanced cows, they never look really big, but you stand beside this cow and she's a monster. She's great. And the venation in the cow's body and udder is second to none in the class. She's got that lovely openness of rib, and I gave her the advantage really in winning the class with that width in her udder, especially the fore udder. She's got tremendous width in that udder, and the capacity in that udder was tremendous. I mean, she's got that, the udder and that cleanness makes her a good winner in this class. Take nothing away from my second place animal, a great dairy beast, really dairy, good venation in the udder, and carrying her milk really high at the back. She's got the advantage of my third place one by the height and width of rear udder above my third place animal. Third place animal, big dairy cow, certainly is doing her stuff, you can tell that.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Well, you know, the one thing I hate when I'm showing cows is the judges of the late switch, and it's about the first time I've done that for years. And I feel very bad about it, but these two cows are pretty close. And I'm leading up with the cow that is the most complete cow in many ways. She has got that beautiful fore udder. And why the late switch took place and where she has the advantage is the evenness and the height of the rear bag. Rear udder, should I say. Bags of the shopping in. But she's a great cow, and she's a complete cow, and she's got that little bit of extra strength in her loin as well above this beautiful, classy dairy cow I have in second position here. The classy dairy cow in second has just got that bit of dairy spring of rib, openness of rib above this cow, was carrying the milk high and wide for a 5-year-old cow in third position. Third position cow, she's a real youthful looking cow. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that was a pleasure to judge a class of 6-year-old cows, and to have such a great leader was certainly a pleasure for me, and it was certainly all my pleasure. And I perhaps didn't look at her quite enough because I saw her come in the gate and I thought, you've won this class. You've come here, she said, judge me, I'm going to win. And I think that I keep getting wrong coming out with little quips, but I was always told that a good dairy cow should have a milk vein that a rat can run up. I suppose you have rats in Australia, we certainly have plenty of them in England, 2-legged and 4-legged, but this is a great cow, isn't it? Just look at her top line. I've said before, you can get a spirit level on a cow's top like that. She's got the openness of rib. She's got that fore udder that blends in immaculately together with a wide rear udder, great feet positioning. She walks like she's on casters. You don't see the cow walk because she walks so smoothly. And when you hear a lot of welfare people saying cows give too much milk in our country, I just wish they could see a cow like this because too much milk's not hurting her. She's got the advantage really in that strength of top, openness of rib, and that snugness of fore udder above a very, very nice, well-balanced cow in second position. Cow in second with a lovely high rear bag has the advantage really of the rump setting, the pin setting above this ultra dairy machine we have in third. The dairy machine in third, I mean, she's just dairy from nose to tail, isn't she? And she's carrying her milk extremely high. Well, ladies and gentlemen, the great CH cows come out as well as this. It's a real credit to the breed in Australia that you can get matron cows coming out like this and see. I made a bit of a scene last time about a cow having a good milk vein. Well, she's now been superseded because look at the milk vein on this cow. And if you've ever driven to England, and there's lots of little roads in England, we would call that a milk vein like a road map. And that's just what it's like. And that just shows that that cow's energy is going into making milk. She's got dairiness from her nose to her tail. She's got that dairy cut right through the front end, right through to her rump. Tremendous rump. The udder is a superb udder for a cow that had 6 calves. And that's why she's in the final position here today. I've given her an advantage of that extra little bit of dairiness for the neck, the head and the bone. And of course that veination in the udder above this other very, very good cow. She's always got an advantage. She's had one more calf than the cow in second place, and that is why she's in first position here today. Taking up the way, how many 5th calf cows did you see with a rear udder like the second place one? That's absolutely fantastic, rear udder, and she moves extremely well. And she's clearly got the advantage of the central ligament and the height of rear udder, quality of teeth over this massive cow we have in 3rd place. The big cow in 3rd place, again carrying her udder well above a hock. Gentlemen, what a senior championship we have in front of us. Just talk my way through. I've got my cow with a best udder at the top, a youthful cow hair, looking $1 million, bagged up to perfection. Perfect, lovely to see it. Then we have the powerhouse behind her. Powerhouse is a great cow, a tremendous whip, tremendous udder. When I done my reasons at the time, I said she moved like she does on casters, and if anything the breed wants, it needs cows like this. A second to her in the class, very similar sort of cow with tremendous wide rear udder. Again, the sort of cow the breed needs. Then we come on to our old cow class. We've done it. When we can get cows like this, we're perfected what the Holstein breed is all about. That super udder, that veination in that udder, the height of the udder on 2 senior cows, a 6th and a 5th calf cow, I think is absolutely brilliant. Now it's time to do my senior champion, and it's in fact a real honour to be given the task now of doing, not only my champion and my reserve. An honourable mention. Today, and don't you think these 3 are the similar cut? I think they're great cows, they're dark, they've got that openness of rib. Even my 2-year-old heifer here, my joint heifer there, she's looking just as glamorous as she did this morning. I did say that you should always pick something that's very youthful. I certainly picked my wife, she's always looked youthful, and she still looks youthful. I'm only saying that because I've got to ride home with her today. But apart from that, all joking aside, she's great. My intermediate champ there, look at her. She's just the epitome of a dairy cow. She's got that udder full, high and wide all the way through. That's terrific. And a lovely milk vein. Then we come on to my cow on casters, as I put it, my senior champion. And she's just absolutely lapping up and enjoy the day. So with no further ado, I'm going to knock out my grand champion here today. Thank you very much for inviting me. We've really had a great time.
JC. Bonnie, she's been bridesmaid all year, and she made JC this time. And was she in any different form than she has been through the year, or did everything just come together?
No, I don't think so. I mean, she's just a heifer that's she's so modern, she's so long, and she's just so balanced, and we've just always admired this heifer, and I guess it's just nice for her to come out and do that finally. You know, she got second there last year, so she hasn't. Yeah, she's been up there, but she just got it done this year for us. And you know, she looked beautiful leading into it. We've always known she's been way out of age, but I mean, you know, I guess it doesn't really matter, does it, if they're good? So.
And she's a big heifer, like, for her age, anyway.
She seemed to be, you know, size-wise she was fine, and she's given away 5 months of age on a lot of them, so I mean, you know, it's beautiful, really. And she's still got all that quality we love in the heifers. Like, we love that beautiful dairy, silky, soft look, and, you know, and being a gold chip, once she calves, she could be quite a good heifer.
All right, so your intermediate, she's followed on from the winter fair and backed up, recalved, very fresh. How fresh?
She was only 2.5 weeks fresh. I mean, she's a cow that, you know, when we actually saw her at auction, I just needed her. I just loved her. Like, I love that. You know, she was one of the biggest rear udders I've ever seen on a young cow, and I mean, she got 4th last year at Dairy Week. It was her first show out. She was a bit green, but I mean, she certainly went on, and she was intermediate champion at the winter fair, and I guess she's doing everything we expected of her, and I mean, I would have to think she could look pretty nice in another 3 or 4 months' time, I think. So, but she just did everything right. 2.5 weeks fresh, the big ass for such a dairy cow. But I mean, she's got that width through her chest, and I guess that's why she can get it done. She holds everything together beautifully, really.
And what about your show in general? Like, you know, this year there's been a little bit of comment that we did well in the milkers, which we sort of haven't really had such a strong milking string. I
mean, we've sold 400 or 500 or 600 head of cattle in the last 6 or 7 years. So I mean, it's you know, to keep doing that, it's not easy. And I mean, you know, we've pulled the pin on the sale this year because we just wanted to build a bit of a stronger base. We've been out and bought a few new cows as well just lately, but I mean, you know, everything fell together quite nicely, and we took a team that we were extremely proud of from top to bottom, and it was nice to be rewarded.
And the team around you?
Yeah, like the people, like I guess the people around us, they're there for a reason. They're more than just, you know, they're friends. They're actually family to us. All those people around us, and they just put in a huge effort. And I mean, Di and I can't do it by ourselves. We do a lot here by ourselves, and you know, obviously we've got to have the animals in half the right form. But these guys, once they get here, they just get it done for us. I mean, it's an amazing thing to have, you know, such close, well, good friends, I suppose.
And as you look back on the show, what's your feeling overall for us?
Look, I think it was just an extremely good campaign, I suppose. We had a strong junior show, we had a strong intermediate show, we had a strong senior show. We had, you know, we didn't have anything older than a 5-year-old. So I mean, to place, you know, I'd have to go back and have a look, but I mean, we've placed in the top 3 with, you know, I'd say half of our team pretty comfortably. So I mean, it was very rewarding. We weren't sure what to think leading into it, but we've come out of it just with what we needed. So it was perfect for us and Blue Chip. So.
And Dobbo, like, you know, he's been a partner for a long time.
Yep.
You had a class winner and a junior champion for him. That was pretty nice for him.
Yeah, it was great for Dobbo. I mean, he just supports us no matter what we do. He leaves it up to us. But, you know, Dobbo, he's never missed a show ever, or a sale. Like, he's always here. Like, and he just rings up and says, "You tell me when you want me there," and he'll be there. And that's what he done this year. And you know, he's just a huge support to Di and to me, and we just couldn't do it without Dobbo. So I mean, he's just a super person. And Leanne certainly supports us in her own way too. But I mean, without Ross, we couldn't have had any of this success.
Righto, when you woke up this morning, is there any way you could have imagined today?
No. Not in a million years, but I guess I did have a little dream that the old cow bet the young cow, Goulburn cow.
The Goulburn?
Yeah.
Did you see the ice coming?
No, I didn't. But, I mean, we just planned to prepare them as good as we could, And at the end of the day, the judge's call, and we're ecstatic, I suppose.
What does this say about Jessica's memory?
Oh, it speaks for itself, really. We've worked pretty hard with the family, and it hurt a lot at the time and took a long while to get over it, and probably made me pretty determined to try to get back.
This is where it happened too, isn't it? So,
Yeah,
I mean, for
yeah.
the people in North America who don't understand this story, you know, to lose Jessica at the same showgrounds that you've now conquered with 3 descendants.
Yeah, we had to have a spell, and we had to take time away, and our kids were little, and you know, we used that, I guess, to keep chipping away and you know, to share it with the boys and Kelsey and Deanne. You know, it's awesome. And you don't know. You don't know how well you do, or where you'll go, or what you'll finish, but I mean, you always try to present them the best of your ability. Boys do a lot of work at home pre-show, and you know, I don't think you can get there without that. And you know, we had a great crew, and Mitch Fleming probably just, you know, helps us finish it off, which is pretty important and pretty special to us, and takes a bit of pressure off me. So, you know, we enjoy that.
Which is your favourite cow?
The young Goldwyn by a fair bit. I just, you know, she's really developed all the time, and she's a lot like the older cow, and yeah, I love her, so yeah.
So that's why you were leading her. She's your favourite.
Oh, look, I went from cow to cow, as most people probably seen. So how did I know who to lead, you know? But at the end of the day, Marty, you know, he led in a couple of classes, and you know, it's pretty special to have Brady lead in the Breeders' Herd, and you know, get to win a ribbon and be out there, because they work bloody hard, and they love it. They drive me, and they never stop learning. So it's a great thing. The whole show's great. The Holstein breed's great, you know, and we all get along. You know, we're all here for the same reason. We all love cows, and you know, we'll go home from here, and we'll have to milk them in the morning at 5 o'clock and milk them tomorrow night. You know, so that's all part of it, I guess.
For you, the on-farm and is this the pinnacle for you? Does it get any better than this?
No, it doesn't. I don't know if it ever will. So, you know, no. And I mean, we work pretty hard to have, you know, the cows, I guess, calve and in form, and look, that's hard, and sometimes nature doesn't let that happen, let alone your own management. So, I mean, we don't stay home and cuddle our cows 24 hours. We still have a social life, and we still got great friends, and we still play sport and do lots of other things. So it's sometimes the things, you know, the moon and the stars line up and makes that things can happen. I don't know.
How many in your herd?
Oh, look, someone else asks that. There's probably lots. I don't know, you know. But there still might only be 20%, because, you know, we milk 500 cows and we've got lots of cow families, so, but I don't really know.
But there'd be a fair percentage of the Jessicas.
Yeah, and there's
you're
lots
established.
Lots of young ones, and I, you know, I guess I bought the you know, the start of the family when I was a boy's age, helping at a show, so, you know, that's what happens, you know, and now they're helping and leading other people, and yeah, it's just a really good, it's a good industry, you know, and
it's a hard industry, so these days are necessary.
It's hard, you know, and it's not that profitable, and it's a lot of stress, and you know, we work long hours, but look, at the end of the day, you do what you want to do, and that's, I guess, you try and do a good job, like you guys, and like everyone else that's showing cows here today.
Well, congratulations, it doesn't come better than that. Do you, the cow that won, like, I would have picked your younger cow,
yeah.
You know, like,
yeah.
You know, but this judge is very respectful of older mobile cows.
Yeah, and look, you know, you never know, do you? So, I mean, we were milking her 3 times a day, and, you know, we did as much as we could and was hoping to get a ribbon. So, you know, to walk out of the rim and her be grand, well, you know, I wouldn't have guessed that, but look, at the end of the day, to have probably 3 cows in the champion lineup, look, it doesn't matter who's first, second or third, like, you still got to be happy. So the old cow is, you know, she's a hard cow to show and a hard cow to work with, and, you know, I thought there was, you know, it's pretty pleasing to have her out there, you know, after being reserved last year in Supreme Udder. So, you know, we won Supreme Udder 2 years in a row, so I don't know, it's pretty good. So,
will there be a big party at Almar tonight?
well, yeah, will be a big party, but look, at the end of the day, you know, people will come and have a drink and we won't be silly.
Time coming to Australia? Or?
Yeah, it's the first time I've been to Australia.
Yep.
Yeah.
And what's your perception been so far? What do you think?
The perception really, the people are so friendly, so easy to get on with, and it's a really easy country to get into, I think.
And what has been your overall impression with the cows and everything today?
The cows have been great, you know. I was fully expecting, well, I didn't really know what I was expecting, and to see the cattle turned out in the condition they were, and that was tremendous for me and made my job easy.
Yeah. What characteristics of the cows really stood out, maybe as a group or of your parade of cows, that you really think that was consistent traits throughout most of the cows?
I think the thing that really did strike me quite obviously was the strength in the Holstein cow here. There was an awful lot of, they perhaps carried a little bit more bone, but they had a lot of strength and power for the chest, obviously for the conditions they have to be kept in.
And if there were one or two cows from the whole show that you could take home, young cows, old cows that you just loved to maybe work with or have for yourself, which ones would stand out to you that way?
I'd take my 3 seniors.
Yeah.
I think they were fantastic.
Yep. And sometimes everyone wonders how you think some of these cows might compete internationally. What would be your perception after maybe, I know you've judged a lot in Europe and things along that line.
Yeah, I'm sure they could compete in Europe quite easily.
Okay. Thank you. Appreciate it.